Hi, welcome to another episode of Snip, Snip, Glue, Glue. I'm Singer Carney, your host today. I'm sure you've been wondering what I've been up to for the past decade. Well, first there was this, and then there was that, now there's this, and now here we are. So you're all caught up. First thing we'll be doing is a layout. I've gathered some papers here, and off camera I've decided to cut these into some small 2x2 squares. So what we'll be doing is getting rid of these and assembling these onto our layout. You know, you've been through this before. It's a layout. We're going to put these here, we're going to glue them down, we're going to put some pictures on, but today's going to be a little different. You know why? Because on this episode of Snip, Snip, Glue, Glue, we will not be using glue. Instead of gluing, we're going to be using a technique that I call compression adherence. So for that, you get your base paper out of the way. You then take all of your mats and you put them upside down on your working surface. Now, since I've been away, I've learned a little thing or two about science. And what happens when you compress something tightly enough is that it will bind forever to a material. Take your base paper, place it upside down over your mats, and you just press. Not wearing a watch. Okay, so we peel this up and look. Using the power of compression adherence, all of our mats and accents have been permanently and forever adhered to this layout. It's impressive, I know. I am still waiting on the patent for this technique, so we're gonna kind of go honor system here and just don't cross me. Okay, moving along. So you may have received one of these in the past from Club Scrap. This is a card kit. It has everything you need to make a fantastic greeting card, and there's going to be one thing in here that we're not going to need today, and that's the envelope. You're going to see why later. We'll set that aside. We're in the garbage. Like I said, we're not going to need it. So take all of your mats. Now, we'll get to the compression for this, but first, we're going to do some artistic accentry. So this card is going to Timmy. It's his birthday. Timmy's not real. It's just kind of like, you know, you got a grandson, his name is Timmy. Bear with me. So take a Club Scrap brand highlighter, and on your darkest piece, you're going to make some balloons. Now these balloons can look however you want for them to look. Think about Timmy. What kind of balloons does Timmy like? In my world, Timmy likes barely visible yellow balloons. So we'll put those onto that mat. And maybe we'll even fill them in a little bit. You know what? I think this balloon might be orange. And that one, it's invisible. So with that, we are ready to begin our compression technique. Very similar to the last process. Take all of your accents, your mats, invert them, even put your panel right in there. This one, you can actually keep right side up. You're not going to believe how this works out. Layer them all together in whatever way you think is appropriate, upside down of course. Put your actual base paper on and press. Yeah, it takes time. Calm down. The table's cracking. Is that bad? We're almost done. Okay. 2 in 1 day really takes it out of me. But just like that, our card is complete. And I promise you, none of these elements will ever come removed because they've been compressed together. The atoms fused. This isn't art, this is science, and also art. Now it's time for our project. So you may remember this envelope that we cast aside before because we didn't need it. What we're going to do today is build something even better. You know, all the time we ship cards, one at a time, one per envelope. It seems dreadfully inefficient. So what we're going to do today is make what I'm calling a jumbo envelope. So what you do is take a large piece of plain white paper, fold it across itself. Burnish, 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 buy the bone folder, burnish, burnish, purchase a bone folder, burnish. After burnishing, open it back up and take a simple ballpoint pen. You're going to need to make some markings here. Go right onto your corners. Do a half circle, and in the middle, a triangle. Take your comically large handled scissors and just cut off those corners right at your markings. And then fold it back up. Now what we're going to do is fold over those corners. Fold over those corners. And then burnish. Burnish. Buy the bone folder. Burnish. Burnish. You could use compression adherence too. It's a tool that's in your tool belt, so use it. Okay, so now one more fold to make. We're gonna fold it over on those triangles, and this is where you'll really see the shape of your jumbo envelope start to take hold. Burnish. Burnish with the bone folder. More. Buy the bone folder, burnish, burnish, burnish. That's not coming undone now. It's been burnished. Club Scrap's bone folder. It sure does beat a slot punch. We good? Okay. So now, one more thing we need to do to this before it becomes the jumbo envelope, and that's to unfold it all the way. Refold it backwards. And you guessed it, compress it. It's good. It's good. And there it is. The Club Scrap Jumbo Envelope. Ready to pack at least 100 cards in here. Let me show you how you do that. So here's our card from earlier. That's going to be the first birthday card to Timmy, going in the envelope. But let's say something happened. You were making your birthday card for Timmy, and you started thinking a little bit too much about George Clooney or tiramisu, and before you knew it, you'd made 40 birthday cards for Timmy. Well, he doesn't need all of them this year, so here's what you do. Take all of your other cards and just stuff them in the envelope. If they don't fit, the beautiful thing about this envelope is that you can make them fit. Just like that, 40 birthday cards for Timmy. What you're going to do is send this to Timmy's parents. Tell them keep it somewhere secret, keep it somewhere safe. And once per year, at 12:01, right after his birthday starts, take one of these cards out, slip it beneath his pillow. He'll be desperately confused. So let's address this to Timmy. We send that off to Timmy, it's gonna make his life for the next 40 years. As long as he doesn't find the stash of birthday cards, which again, you gotta keep it secret. You gotta keep it safe. That'll do it for us here today. From the whole Club Scrap family to yours.